Welcome back to Becoming a Published Author is Fun. This is episode 00. I'll explain that in a moment. But if you don't understand why I call this Becoming a Published Author is Fun, check out episode 8. This is episode 00, and today's date, I don't normally date these, but this is March 12th, 24. And then why is that? Because it's an important date in my life that I'm sharing with you. This week, starting today, this is Tuesday, March 12th, and I am in practice mode. What does that mean? Well, I have a vision for what I want to do. I have a vision of helping other authors, or actually people become authors. Not only become authors, but become published authors. I have a vision to help people who have actually written books but haven't been able to get them published, don't know, for them to become published authors. But I have other aspects of my vision too, and that is to help God's church, the local church as I call it. And the Bible teaches the local church, although you'll never see that particular term used. But through missions, evangelism, and benevolence, different things of that nature. So I want to expand what I do, how I do it, and to do that, I need to evaluate myself, make some changes that might be made. Because when my wife, Tess, passed away in 2023, I had to move forward basically by myself. I have friends. I have Christian friends who I can draw information from, advice from. I have a coach now. I didn't have it at that time, but I do now. A Christian coach who can guide me and direct me and encourage me. I have a group, Christian Authors Community and Services, that I belong to. This is a group that involves Christians who are either authors. One member is an illustrator, and I know we've had people talk to us, podcasters and people, other authors, different people who will talk about how to become a successful author, publisher, whatever you happen to be. Well, I'm trying to be a published author, a teacher, a coach, publisher, and marketer. All those things under one hat. And God has been bringing me, teaching me, using all these different resources I have to become more of what I want to be, what I'm aiming to become. And that's where this week comes in. I'm putting it all together, and now I'm doing what you might call a self-examination. I'm going to be looking every day here, Tuesday through Friday, and I'm going to use Saturday as well, because Monday Monday was a work day, my part-time job. But from now until through Saturday, I am going to be full-time, and my job is to learn and actually do things that benefit you, the consumer, the potential student, or the potential client, because I'm going to be showing this video more often than just this one time. And so as things change, and I get more and more students, and I get more and more clients, and I have more and more responsibilities towards the CFM, all these things are going to require more time, effort, knowledge on my part. And so this week I am practicing being full-time. Why? Because right now I have to juggle my time with the part-time job and other things, and I'm doing an incredible job of it. I'm doing it, and I'm putting forth the effort. I'm putting forth the product. I'm putting forth all the effort, the knowledge, and stuff of that nature. But as my business grows, I need to grow with it. And that's what this is all about. And by the way, I want you to observe it. That's why this particular video is being made, and really why all my videos are. I want you to learn from me, not only what I tell you and what I share with you, I want you to watch me and to see what I do, how I do things, and so forth. I might do something that you've never heard of before, or you've never seen before, and you like it. And that's, in some cases, some of the ideas I have picked up from others. I'm going to go, this whole video I'm doing today is started out with me observing somebody else, my coach, a fellow author, and others that are doing things, and I like what I see, and I want to be able to be a part of that. I think it would be an asset to me. So that is what today is the first day of my going, temporarily speaking, full time. But I have a date in my mind of when I'm going to go full time. I'm praying about it. Why? Because God's in charge. If you're a Christian and you've been called to be an author, then you automatically know that God is in charge. And so don't do what I do in this one case. I have a bad habit of sometimes getting ahead of God. And I want to do things. And then he has to pull me back and say, Ron, I have a better idea. And you know what? I have a lively imagination. Can dream up some of the best events, circumstances, outcomes that you've ever heard of. And yet, God has never used any one of them. He comes up with something always better. So that's why I say I got to watch my imagination. I got to watch getting ahead of God. He's got a better plan. And that's the bottom line. He has a better plan. And so this here is part of that. I want to be totally focused. I'm going to be spending time doing things, but I'm also going to be spending time prayer. Don't get me wrong, I already do. So it's not something I have to practice. It's something I do. But I probably will end up finding out different things and maybe even doing some more prayer because I want God's best. I want His direction. So this week is a very important week for me. It's a practice week to be sure, but it's a real week also. And it is going to lead, when I do go full time, I'll be able to hit the road running. And you will be the biggest beneficiary of it. Maybe not you particularly, because if you're a student of mine now, you already know that you're getting things my best. But as I grow, I want every student. When I get down the road and I reach some of those benchmarks that I have in my mind, I want every student that I have to be able to say, I'm getting his best. I want every client that I have to be able to say, I'm getting his best. And to do that, I need to be full-time. Christian Fund Ministries, as that grows, it's going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to consume time. I need to be full-time to be able to do that. And so to be able to do all those things requires full-time, which is why I've been planning for this week for a little while now. And the possibility came up, and I took it. And now I'm here. And I am so excited about it. And in case you haven't noticed that. Now, I am pleased with the video blog. Don't get me wrong. I am very pleased with this video blog. And we're not leaving it. We are changing it. I am changing it to converting to a podcast. Now, we have a numbering system. Now, you may be watching this today, which is Tuesday, the 12th, and it's going to go up today. And so you might be watching it today. You might be watching this tomorrow, or a month from tomorrow, or 2 months. I might already be full-time by the time you actually watch this video. They tend to circulate. Well, if that's the case, then just you know the why. You'll know how I prepared. And you'll also know this. Please, I want you to watch me and observe me, because I'm learning, and I want you to learn as I learn, as I do things and develop my own career. You have it. Now, one caution. I'm not saying you need to be what I am. I'm not saying that you need to be an author. Um, you want to be an author. That's why you're here, a published author. But besides that, you don't need to be a publisher. You don't necessarily need to be a marketer. And you don't need to be necessarily be a coach or a teacher or any of those hats that I wear. Nor do you necessarily have to have something like CFM. This is my dream, my vision. And so what I want you to observe is not necessarily the what I am doing, but the how I am going about it. How I am learning and adjusting and trying to let God work through me. Because He's got a plan for you. It may be totally different than my plan, but He's got a plan for you. So you want to spend time in prayer about that. And you might see some things that I do that you say, well, I don't like that. Well, that's fine. That is fine. But observe how I apply those things to myself. So here's the plan for the week, part of the for this video blog. I'm going to convert it to a podcast. I'm going to keep the numbering system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and convert the video blogs to podcasts. And those two things work together. And I'm going to get started on it really quick here. But I'm going to continue to, once I get the podcast going, my first podcast, this is not a podcast, mind you, at this point in time, but I will convert it to one, and I might have to go through this whole thing again just to do that. Or I may be able to put it up later today as a podcast. I just a lot of things going on in my mind right now that may or may not happen because I really don't know yet. I'm going to go in and see if I can do it right away. I think I might be able to. And if it is, this is going to be a podcast, and we'll just go forward from there. But I'm going to convert the old ones. And so eventually I will have everything will be a podcast. CFM, that doesn't really concern you other than the fact that I'm telling you why I'm in this business to begin with. And that's for Christian Fund Ministries. Coming soon. This is all coming soon. It's coming rapidly. And I got a feeling this is going to be a very busy week for me. And it's an exciting week. And at the same time during this week, I have a missions conference at the church. It's going to be going on in the evening, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on Sunday. So it's going to be an exciting week for me in many ways, but it's also going to be a busy week, and it's beneficial for you, but it's going to be even more beneficial for me so that in the future I can do so much more for so many more people. I want to see more people become authors, Christian authors. We need more. I had a president of a Christian college, tell me that. He said, Ron, keep writing. We need more Christian writers. It was true then, and it's true now. And so I want you to be a success. I want you to be a Christian author. By the way, don't measure your success by the number of books you write. Measure your success by the Christian testimony of your books. Does your book, it does not have to be a preaching, I'm not even talking about preaching. I'm talking about that the book you write is high quality. The book you write is something that you can hold up in front of a camera like I often do and say, I put this book out there. You want to be proud of that fact. That's the right kind of pride, especially if you've done it in the Lord. And then I want to see you get published. I want you, then the numbers Then the numbers can come, and then the accolades can come, and all that other stuff. But first of all, I want you to know that you've done something for the Lord, not just for yourself, but for the Lord, because the Lord is the one who called you. You have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.